I'm Robert Miller. I'm the owner of Phenom Sports Performance. I train a lot of soccer athletes, primarily female athletes. I also train a few other sports like basketball, football, and track athletes here at the facility. I worked with a lot of female soccer athletes, and I wanted a place where they can feel comfortable to work out and do what they need to get done without feeling judged, and get the proper coaching and be able to give them a place where they can get better, hone their skills, and go on to bigger and better things as far as college and pros. I think mental fitness plays a huge part in how someone performs on the field. You know, there's a lot of people who are, practice stars, but then they can't play when the lights are on. Or they are workout warriors, but then when they get to practice in the field, they don't show up. Athletes sometimes have a hard time staying focused on the task, where they're trying to make a big play and accomplish something big instead of just being like, let me do this little thing as well as I can. Mental training is I think it's the most important part. Like, you can be as physically sound as possible, but if your mind isn't sound, then you're not going to perform on the field when it matters.
29 hits, but then you had 10 misses.
Mental readiness is everything, especially when you're at the highest level. Every guy is looking for an edge, and I think once you're at the highest level, you've kind of reached sort of your peak physically, but mentally you can always grow. There's always so much things you can improve on. Mental awareness is definitely a strong point when it comes to playing at the highest level.
With basketball players, they're gonna run plays. One of the ways I like to use the edge is I like to use it in performance prep. So that usually gets their heart rate going, and they wanna spend that recovery time. I give them about 60 to 90 seconds to recover. So then I like them to play in memory saccade. Now they gotta memorize something. They have to focus when they're fatigued. It translates to them being able to focus on the field and being like, oh, can I remember where I'm supposed to be right now? Can I remember the formation, the shape they're in? Like, what does this player like to do? And how am I gonna guard that, or how am I gonna beat this player when I'm fatigued?
Basketball, pretty much any sport, there's a lot of focus required, and at that point in time, you're fatigued, and over here we replicate that same thing, and I feel like it's really gonna help me when I get back to the floor.
Pursue volleyball players, basketball players, baseball players, even my soccer players, being able to track the ball in the air. One of the things that I see a lot with my female soccer players, Trinity Watson being one of them, missing a header, not being able to track the ball in the air. It's very important to be able to head a ball when you play the center back position. Eye tracking is huge for them. Waterfall is my favorite for them all. Waterfall is just chaos, and I feel sport is chaos. My soccer players, I really like waterfall for. Basketball players, football players, I really like waterfall for, because it's chaotic. It's coming left, up, down, left, right, and you have to find it, and you have to be paying attention to so many different facets of the board. That's the same game, right? When you're playing soccer, you have the ball at your feet, you have a defender coming, you have to find the right angle for the pass, which is very similar to waterfall.
In soccer games, there's big 5 moments, first 5 minutes of the game, last 5 minutes of the game. Being able to think critically in those moments, especially on set pieces, free kicks, corner kicks, penalty kicks, anything, there's moments in games where if you're turned off, a team can capitalize on that. I feel like our whole lives we've been training, doing physical training and preparing our bodies to be able to do what we do now. We kind of forget about the brain.
So we have Trinity playing minefield right now. She's a center back in soccer, and when you're a center back in soccer, you have to be able to survey the field and understand what's going on and react very quickly to what's going on. That's why I like minefield for her. She has to survey the entire board and act as quickly as possible, and understand that the ones that are turning red are about to go off, so they're more important than ones that are green. Oh my goodness.
My athletes love using the edge. They look forward to it because they know where it's supposed to fit in their program. And so if I forget to say, or if I didn't write it in there, they're like, hey, you forgot this. Now, a Turkish get-up, they won't always say, I forgot to put that in the program. But they'll for sure say, oh, aren't I supposed to play waterfall today? Like, yeah, you are, right? They love using it. They look forward to that, the puppy, and fruit snacks. If it was easy, everyone would do it. It's easy to go in and lift weights and do all the other stuff, but can you get your mind right? And it's the little things that people want to bypass as far as neuro-priming and getting your mind ready and doing that make the difference in it being able to translate to sport, and not necessarily moving heavy things, but how fast we move things and how well we move it. And make sure that whatever they're doing in the gym translates to the field so they can be the best athlete that they can possibly be.